Hi, I'm Xenowave, and today I'm going to show you how I made this sound. Alright, so operator 1 is our body and transient. So I just have this square wave, and for the volume envelope, I just have this block of volume, and it immediately cuts out. And over in the pitch envelope, I have the pitch LFO amount at 2400 cents, so it's going up 2 octaves, and then down to the main pitch, and then down 2 octaves. So this sweep is what causes the sort of initial hit, or it's supposed to replicate that initial hit when you hit the snare drum with the stick. That's what it's like by itself. So let's bring it back. Let's actually copy this. Yeah, operator 2 is our tail. So this is just the end of the hit, the actual snare sound that we're used to. So let's hear it by itself. So all this is just some white noise. So I took away the sine wave and I turned up the noise to max. And I set the volume to about 81% just for more control, and I set the volume envelope to this shape. It can be whatever you want. I just like that at this sort of rate in which the volume goes away. Felt natural. So that's it for operators 1 and 2. So filter 1 is a high pass filter on high quality, dual mode, and I have the cutoff at around 43%. This is all the taste. I have the wave shaper on, and I have the wave shaper mix set to an envelope that cuts off immediately to kind of replicate a sort of hard hit at the beginning of the sound. This really boosts the transient. So the main thing right here is the cutoff, because operator 2 is our tail, and what I'm doing here is I'm sweeping the tail up. That's all I'm doing. And I just mix it with the transient, because why not? Add support. And that's it for filter 1. I serialize that into filter 2, which is, let's be sure, which is a peak filter, which is on high quality, flat, and triple mode. And I have the cutoff set to 90%. I have full resonance, and I have the gain at 50%. And I had the same old thing with the wave shaper mix. It's just at a slightly different rate from filter 1, but the concept is the same. It just helps the transient really ring out when the sound is played. And so what's going on here is I have the low. So this is just the gain. This let's bring out the EQ. Okay. So basically what I'm doing is I have it at some, this is called annual frequency. This envelope is just controlling this. So at the beginning of the sound, it does that, and then immediately comes down. So like that. And the resonance also comes up with this envelope. So at the same time as doing this is happening. So it comes up, and at the same time it does that. Which really rounds out the sound. And then the cutoff, It's the same old thing. At the same time, those other two things are happening. So it's like coming from here, does that, and it does that. This really contributes to the snare sound. And those three together really add up. If I turn off the filter, it'll still sound fine, but it'll sound a little different. You can hear the tail a little bit more. But if I turn on the filter, the tail is a little bit more cut off, and the highs are more controlled. And that's pretty much the sound. Yeah, I have operator 1 going directly out because I just want a more transient reinforcement. And you can mess with the EQ over here. I was before I started recording. And here's what it sounds like. And you just mess with this as needed. You can even automate it, it doesn't matter. And as you can see, it looks like a little snare. So yeah, practice this and the kick from the previous video, and you should start to get the hang of drum synthesis. And whenever you're satisfied with your sound, you can just bring it over into the mixer. I have a wave shaper for volume control, and then bring it into Edison, record it as needed. And then you can just start to play with it. If you don't like how this sounds, and this right here is actually the vinyl envelope right here. You can get rid of, if you want a smoother sort of connection, you can just mess with this envelope and just play with the sound as needed. Yeah, this is just how I do my drums though. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and have an awesome day.